Hi everyone, today I am going to be explaining your Who Am I project. If you go here on the course homepage and you scroll down to mental health, so these are our units. If you click on mental health and you scroll down, it is going to have the Who Am I project resources. So first thing you click on, it says Who Am I explanation and planning sheet. So what is the Who Am I project? In class, we talked about the 6 components of health. And basically what you're going to do for this project is you are going to illustrate how the 6 components of health are represented in your personal life. Now, in our in-class activity, you kind of did this, but you drew them. However, for the project, you will be actually including actual images that you either created or actual images like from your phone. So first thing you need to do is you need to plan. So if I'm going to talk about physical health and I know that I need a picture for physical health, I need to think about that. What picture am I going to use? And based on that picture, what am I going to talk about? It's hard to kind of get them to relate. So make sure you have a picture for what you're planning on talking about. For example, if you use spiritual, you could have a picture of your church, an item that represents your faith, an item that represents one of your morals, a family member who you admire for their faith, etc. Second thing you need is pictures. You need to use one or more photographs to illustrate each of the components as they appear in your life. Notice here, you cannot use clip art or Google Images. So you have to use your own images that you either have on your phone or that you have created. Okay, Google is not going to work for this project. You can use more than one picture for each component. However, you have to at least use one when it comes to the rubric purposes. And then the next part is explanations. So you're going to write a short paragraph explaining your picture and how it represents that component. So for example, this is a picture of my family's kitchen. I included it in the social component because this is where my family meets every night. We talk and share things about our day. My family helps each other through hard times and always encourages me to go for what I believe in. So that there explains that. So you will do that 1, 2, and 3 for all 6 components. Image, explanation for all 6 components. Then the last part of the project is the essay. You have to include at least 1 full page of writing explaining who you are, how you became this person, how did your culture, environment, genetics, and social life influence you as a person. On your slide, it needs to be at the most 14 font. So don't think that you can put it to font 30 and fill up the slide and say, oh, I did the whole slide. It needs to be roughly 2 to 3 thoughtful paragraphs. So there's that. If you wanted to make a copy of this and you were like, oh, I have this picture, I can put this paragraph there, you can do that, but you don't have to use that. The second part is the rubric, so how you'll be graded. First one's pretty easy to get 10 points on. Is it attractive? Is it organized? And is it easy to read? Notice here it says it has been changed from the original formatting. That just basically means you don't open Google Slides and say, okay, there we go. You need to make sure you're changing something to make it look a little bit nicer. Obviously, I don't want your pictures overlapping your text and stuff like that. Number 2 is content. Did you explain all 6 components in depth? So do you understand the 6 components, and does the way you explain them in your life relate to what the component actually is? Then you'll get 10 points for your essay. That's that last slide that tells me more information about you. And then this one is usually where a lot of people will lose their points. Notice it says 6 or more original graphics are included. If you are using graphics from the internet and not your own creations, you will not earn this portion of the project. Understand? So please make sure that you are using your own images. So there's that. Now there is a resource sheet. So if you're trying to write about mental health and you have no idea what to write about, you can click on this resource sheet and it gives you ideas of what you can write about. So I go to mental health. I can talk about self-esteem. What makes me feel confident? I can talk about my accomplishments. What have I done that I'm proud of? What is something new I've tried? How do I deal with all my homework, etc. All of these things, okay, are things you can talk about on that slide. So if you don't know what to write, this can help you. Once again, make sure you have a picture that will kind of correlate with that. And then I will go through my example just to help you understand what the project should actually look like. And plus, it's kind of an intro of who I am as well, so it's kind of helpful. Okay. So here is my title slide. Who am I? Miss Bruner. Next slide, the first component of health. Physical health. This is a picture representing my physical health. I like to play softball to be active. I played softball in high school. I also love to play in co-ed recreational leagues with my friends. And the picture to the right, it shows me and my friends after we won one of our co-ed games. I misspelled that. I just wrote this before that, so I'll fix it. Next is social health. This picture represents my social health. To be social, I love hanging out with my friends, family, and fiance. I like to play board games, go to concerts, go bowling, and swim with my friends and family. Mental health. I think my greatest accomplishment that helps with my mental health is that I graduated college. It was tough to go to school for 4 years, but I'm happy I graduated and I can finally do what I've always wanted to do. Spiritual health is important to me. I go to Emmanuel on Sundays when I can. Going to church helps to remind me that even when times are hard, I know there's always a path for me. This is a picture of me and my friends after church on a Sunday. Notice that I explain the picture. If you put a random picture, if I just put this picture, how do I know this is at church? It looks like it's outside somebody's apartment. So it's important that you are explaining each picture. Emotional health. Sometimes I struggle at expressing my emotions in an appropriate way. I put on this front that I don't really care, but in reality, I care about everything and I do get upset. When I get upset, I typically lay with my dog and watch TV. Picture of my dog. This is a picture of the beach when we went to Florida on vacation. I think it's important to throw away your trash so that we can help keep our environment clean. Anything that does not make it to the trash could end up in our ocean. Once again, I clarified, I took this picture on the beach. I might not know that this is an image you're uploading from your own personal use. And then my essay. Notice how my essay is size 14 font and a couple thoughtful paragraphs. It should fill the entire slide. My name's Cassidy, Miss Bruner for you. I live in Franklin Township with my fiance and my dog Bruno. In our free time, my fiance and I like to do anything entertaining. We like to go bowling, play golf, join co-ed teams, have people over to play board games, etc. We also like to sit around and watch TV too. I'm into watching a lot of different TV shows. Basically anything that's reality TV I love watching, and I will occasionally binge other shows on Hulu or Netflix to consume my time. My fiance David is also my best friend and we do pretty much everything together. To be in more detail about who I am, I definitely think that my family is a huge part of why I am the person I am today. A lot of people in my family use drugs or have an alcohol problem. Because of this, I made the decision that I would not join the party crowd because I don't want to end up like most of my family. I went to college, but I lived at home all 4 years because I didn't want to get caught up in the wrong crowd. I'm proud of the person that I am today, even though sometimes I wonder how my life would be different if I didn't make the intentional decisions that I did. So I had 6 components of health. I explained them fully. I had 6 images that were my own pictures. I had an essay, and my PowerPoint looks attractive. It's organized and all of that. Boom, you get a 40 out of 40. If you do not do those things, then that will obviously influence how your grade goes. I do want to explain how you can upload images onto your PowerPoint or whatever. So first thing you can do, you can go to your photos on your phone, and if you share a photo, so here's a photo, if you share it, you can email it to yourself, okay? So you go to mail and you email it from yourself to yourself. That is option 1. Option 2, and I find this to be the easiest option, okay? You have the Google Drive app. In the app, you go to your project. Right here, it has a little plus sign. Do you see it? If I click that plus sign, it will say images. I can't really see. Images. Then if I click from photos, it will open up all of my photos and I can select an image from my photos, okay? So if I click on this and I add it, boom, that image is now on my PowerPoint. Now I can edit this on the computer, but I can insert it through this. Some of you are thinking, well, I don't take photos, Ms. Bruner, so how am I supposed to do this project? You can use the camera on your Chromebook or your Mac or whatever device you use. On PowerPoint, if you click Insert Image from Camera, you can take your own images. So if you're spiritual and what you believe is that you should pray or whatever, you can take an image like this. Boom, it's an original image. It counts. Okay? So don't use the excuse, oh, I don't have images. You can take a picture of something randomly around somewhere and make it relate to that component of health. Okay? If you have any questions about this project, you can feel free to ask me. I would be happy to help you. I don't have a due date for this quite yet, but I will let you know as soon as I have it. Once again, any questions, email me. Hopefully this was pretty easy.